Hi folks, John with the Wingman 115 channel. Thank you so much for checking in today. A while back I posted a video of my son-in-law and I. We were out in the woods, we were stump shooting with our Samick sages. And after I posted that video, I've been receiving a lot of comments, a lot of emails asking me, hey John, what do you take with you as a kit when you go out in the woods, either for stump shooting, just archery practice, or for bow hunting? Well, I have a little kit that I put together, and it's in a Haversack, and it's made by Malcolm from the Hidden Woodsmen. What I'll do is I'll cut away, we'll break a kit down, I'll talk about my philosophy of use, and then we'll do a little archery talk as well. Come along, you're not going to want to miss this. Here's my bow hunting and my bow scouting kit, and I put it in a Haversack that is made by Malcolm from the Hidden Woodsmen. I have a detailed video on this pack, and I'll leave it in the description below. But what I carry with me out here on these scouts is pretty basic kit. Now, first off, take my glove off. I carry a compass with me all the time. I carry a map with me all the time. And I carry basically a Write in the Rain notebook. That way I can take notes if I find a little area that I like hunting in. I can make notes of that. I can draw a little map. I can draw out the yardage and kind of get a lay of the land. That way the next time I go back somewhere, I just refer to my notes. In here I carry a small little carabiner kit, my storm whistle. This thing will be heard up to about 2 miles. A magnesium and a ferro rod, just a P38 can opener. It's the old school in me. I carry one all the time. And just a little thermometer with a little compass. And then a little baklava. And I think I bought this off some airsoft site, but it works good to conceal your face when you're out in the woods. I like this little front pocket on this. It's just quick, easy access to stuff. Close that back up. Open up my little flap. Okay, here's where we get into the meat and potatoes of the kit. I don't like to carry a lot of stuff around my neck, especially when I'm bow hunting, because for me, if I'm carrying binos or a rangefinder around my neck, for some reason it always gets caught in the string of the bow, and I have bad luck with that. With that being said, I bring a rangefinder with me, and now this is a Bushnell, and this is a Yardage Pro Sport 450. I probably paid about 90 bucks for this. It was on sale, I think, at Walmart. And, you know, for a basic level rangefinder, I put this up against guys that have some high-end ones, and they're within a half yard to a yard. And I'm talking about between, you know, when you're out 50 yards, 100 yards, and you're not going to be bow hunting that way. I'm talking when I use them for my air guns and rifles and such. But I use this when I'm scouting, so I know I'm not shooting bow sights, I'm shooting freestyle or traditional, as they say. But it's nice to know the yardage. Is it from this vantage point to a rock? Is that 20 yards? Is it 25 yards? That's good info to have. And I tie that in with my notes, so when I go back, if I have a place, a tree stand, or just an area where I post up, I know what the yardage is. I have a set of binos, and I acquired these a while back. I haven't done a review on them yet, but I've been using them quite a bit. It's the Nikon Aculon, and I think it's in, I want to say, Realtree pattern. And these work pretty good. These are 10 by 25. They're not bad. They retail for about 80 bucks. I need to do a review on these to show you guys how clear they are. But Nikon makes some really good stuff. Like I said, I don't like to carry stuff around my neck because I have a habit. It just gets caught in my bowstring. And nothing I want worse than if that big buck comes into view, then all of a sudden, you know, I'm hung up. I can't get the shot off. You've seen this kit before. This is my first aid kit. I never leave home without that. Yeah, it's big and bulky, but if something's going to happen and you're by yourself out here in the woods, you want to be prepared. And with that, I'll open it up. I featured this in a couple different videos, but it's always good to talk about it again. I have SAM splints. I have high fin chest ventilator. I have burn dressings. I have pure water, hand sanitizer, gloves. I mean, I'm kitted out. I got all the stuff I need to handle almost any situation out here in the woods. Especially when you're by yourself, you owe it to yourself to be outfitted with a good kit. This is Vanquest's new Fatpak, and it's their large one. I think it's their 8-inch one. And this was a collaboration between Ken from Prepare One and the folks over at Vanquest. They did a really good job. I'll put a link also in the video description below of a video that I did on that. Now, another piece of kit that Malcolm has made, and it's this signal panel. And if folks say, well, John, why do you carry a signal panel with you? Well, for one, it's waterproof nylon. It's really thick. So if I'm setting down somewhere, there's snow on the ground here. If I happen to set down and I post up, eyeball in an area, I have a vapor barrier between me and the ground. There's something I can kneel on as well. Doesn't get my pants wet, muddy, whatever it may be. If it starts raining and I have items that I don't want to get wet, I can cover them up and hopefully protect them from the elements. But I saw a really cool idea that I thought I would share with you guys. And I've been using this for a while. I saw it on Wayne. His video description is Kullcraven. And he was on the show alone. He's got a really cool channel, and I'll put a link below. But he hung a high-vis piece of material from a tree, and say we go out on a scout, and I leave my bag, which sometimes I like to do. It's multicam. It's going to blend in with everything. These trees look like every other tree, but from 50 yards, 60 yards, 100 yards, I can see this. And if the wind's blowing, I have some contrast and I have movement. So that way I don't lose my gear. Some people may say, well, you should have your gear with you all the time. But say I'm scouting out an area that I'm going to hunt, and I know that I'm going to hunt this spot, but I'm just looking for a good area to post up in. Sometimes I'll just leave my gear out and go unencumbered out in the woods, just walk around 25, 30, 40 yards and such. Post this up, you can see your gear. You're not going to lose it. Just a little quick tip. Now for some final thoughts on my bow hunting kit. First off, I want to thank Malcolm from the Hidden Woodsman for putting together a really awesome haversack and making this signal panel. Malcolm makes some really cool traditional looking stuff. I highly encourage you to check out his channel. I will leave a link down below. He's awesome. Cottage industry, made in America. Just makes great gear. I cannot say enough good things about it. My philosophy of use for this kit is being, when I'm wearing backpacks and I'm shooting bow, a lot of times the arm straps start hurting me, especially on my draw side where my arm keeps pulling back. After a while, you're sweating and that shoulder strap just cuts right into my armpit. I start getting a little chafing around the neck, and it's just not a fun, pleasurable experience. So I was thinking about different ways to do things in stepping outside the box, and that's where I put together this haversack to come out here and do some stump shooting, being on my scouts, being on my hunts. Is this going to work for everybody? Maybe not. But I want to show you what I run, what I put in my kits. And with that being said, the perfect kit is going to be with what works for you in the geographical location you're in, the weather that you're going to be in, the type of hunting that you're going to do, and your skill set. So with all that said, there's always items that I could add or I could take out of this kit. So you have to look at these kits with an open mind. With that said, I like using a Haversack because I can sling it down by my side. I have easy access, like I said, to my binos, to my rangefinder, to my notebook. I don't have stuff hanging around my neck to when I draw, something may be dangling to get caught in the string, and all of a sudden I have an issue. Or now that big deer got away, that big elk, whatever you may be hunting, just bolted because you fumbled with your rangefinder getting caught into the string as you were drawing. That would not be a good situation, especially when you trained for months, you spent all sorts of money. I'm not even going to go there. But this works really good. I can sling it back behind me. It works really awesome. If folks are asking what sort of setup I'm running on here, I'm running a Samick Sage with 50-pound limbs. I have a Flemish twist string, and I just have a 4-arrow quiver. I'm running some very old Easton 7075s, and these are the 2117 model. I can't remember what the grains are. I'll have to look that up, grains per inch. But I've had them forever. They work really great, and I'm pretty hard on arrows when I'm out here stump shooting. So they've held up really, really well. With that said, let me know what you think about this kit in the comments below. And if you do hunting or if you go out stump shooting and you're just out on scouts, let's see what you carry in a kit that you take out in the woods. Leave a link in the comments below, and I'll check it out, and I'll even post it up on my Facebook page to share with everybody there. With that said, folks, this is John with the Wingman 115 channel. I appreciate you watching. If you're not a subscriber, I highly encourage you to subscribe and like this. It lets Google know that this is the type of content that you want to see. Let your voice be heard. Take care, folks. Get out in the woods, have some fun, and I'll see you on the next video. This is Wingman, out.